Coming up this week on Sporting Journal Radio.
And I'm literally trying to steer this sturgeon through the icebergs that are floating around the boat and catching pretty much every single one of them.
It might have been working, they just couldn't get to it. The river was going away.
The fish was originally tagged in 4 Mile Bay in 2003.
Oh, wow. Who'd you hear that from, Joe?
Oh, I got,
Who knows where you hear these things?
Tailpiper. But, yeah, I sure the heck wasn't listening to you.
I fish, I hunt, and always will. Broadcasting from the Prairie Sportsman Studios. Presented by OnX. Know where you stand with OnX. We're not just a radio show anymore.
Heck yeah.
This is Sporting Journal Radio.
And we're live from Riverbend.
Hey, here we go. Hey, welcome to Riverbend Resort. It's the SJR 500, the second annual. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a crowd camera. Got a live studio audience, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here on the show by listening to it on the radio network, by downloading the podcast, or maybe you're watching this on YouTube. Thank you very much. That's Dan Amundsen right over there.
Hi.
How you doing, Dan?
I'm all right.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Hey,
thank you. Applause for Dan.
Love the energy.
David
Thanks.
Eckhart right over here. Oh, yeah.
Great energy. Great energy, David. Love it.
My name is Brett Amundsen. Thank you for coming out here. Thank you to all the people that participated in our fishing tournament, the Fish Donkey Tournament. Darren is over there himself. Darren Amundsen, how you doing? Terrific. Good. We don't have you mic'd up, so it doesn't matter what you say. Nobody's going to hear you, but we'll take your word for it. All right. Very good. And, of course, we're at the lovely Riverbend Resort, ladies and gentlemen. Paul and Brandy, thank you very much for hosting us once again here at Riverbend. It is a heck of a party. You missed out if you didn't make it, but we have an announcement. We may be announcing next year's dates, maybe, possibly. We can make plans for next year for the third annual SJR 500. Keep watching or listening for all the details coming up later in the show. We also have to announce who the winners of the tournament are. We had some really nice fish caught on the river here the last couple of days. We do 2 days up here where we fish Tuesday and Wednesday. We pre-fished on Monday, Dan. It was a beautiful day. Fishing was pretty good on Monday.
I had a good time.
Yeah, you caught some nice fish.
I can't complain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you use? Did you catch 26?
Talk in your mic. We can't hear you.
Did you catch a 26? Was it?
Is that better?
Yeah. Not on Monday.
That was Tuesday.
I think so.
All right.
What day is it today?
I can't remember.
Wednesday.
I don't even
Wednesday.
remember what camera we're looking at.
It's all good.
Okay.
Great.
Download the podcast. Don't watch it.
Well, Monday was beautiful. David, we had a pretty good day out there on Monday. We pre-fished a little bit.
Yeah, it was a poor showing on my part. I think I missed every 5 minutes. I was missing a fish. I think I caught 3 walleyes all day. But
On Monday. Tuesday was pretty good. The weather was great. As you can see, we got a little bit of sun. My face still hurts from being
My
out
neck
there.
still hurts.
Your neck?
Big time. Yeah. Huge time.
Your face is killing me.
Does every week. Again, download the podcast. Don't watch it.
Today was a little bit tougher, though. The Wednesday was a little bit tougher. The everything started running off. It was so warm. I think we hit 70 on Tuesday out here, I think it was. Wednesday was like 67 I saw in the truck on the way back. Everything started melting, started running into the river, so it started getting a little bit muddy out there. So we went sturgeon fishing and had a pretty good day sturgeon fishing out there.
I can't complain.
You caught 52.
We both caught. It was 50. I'm not going to take the
50.
extra 2
That's
inches.
right. It was 50.
Yeah,
I was giving you an extra 2 inches.
Yeah, I don't need it. We both caught
Careful.
the longest fish of our lives today.
Yeah,
we
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can't
Personal
have
best.
a bad day when that happens.
Personal best. So you could say fishing was tough, but we caught our personal best sturgeon today. Not bad at all. So it was pretty good. You guys got some nice walleyes at the end of the day, though.
yeah, we found some. They were not super long, but they were healthy. They were full of spawn, and they looked really good. They were
Man.
fat fish.
That's the beauty of this time of year. You can just catch some of those heavy fish, and even if it, mid 20-inch fish still looks like
Yeah.
that. It's hard to judge them sometimes when they come up because they're so tall.
Right.
It's like, oh man, that's a 30, and then you get it in the boat, and it's like, he's
22.
He's not quite as long. But we had some great fish. I think we had a 29 and a half, I think. So 28 and 3/4, was that what the other
Yep.
one was? Some nice upper 20-inch fish. We had some mid 60-inch sturgeon that were caught. We had a lot of suckers, like a 27-inch sucker or something like that. That's like
such a big sucker.
We should have cooked it.
Yeah.
Should have cooked it. And then we caught. Everybody caught burbot today. I heard.
Everyone?
Like I heard everybody I talked to, and I said, "Yeah, I caught an eel pout out there."
Raise your hand if you caught an eel pout.
Who all caught burbot today?
1, 2, 3,
Darren?
4, 5, 6, 7. Holy smokes! The burbot spawn's on.
I guess. Yeah, it was kind of wild. So I caught the smallest burbot I think I've ever seen.
Like the size we use for lake trout.
We had these new heavy Cast King rods and these big heavy. That's the biggest reel that Cast King makes, biggest bait casting reel. And all of a sudden I hear the clicker start to go tick tick tick, and I'm like, and I'd missed fish. All we wanted to do is catch a sturgeon on it today. That's all we wanted to do. And all of a sudden tick tick tick. I'm so excited. I might have gave her a little extra
On a circle hook.
On a circle hook, yeah. I might have gave her a little extra, and I was like, all right, I got a fish. Well, I'm not sure I got a fish anymore. Oh, I got a fish, just all jacked, and then this burbot comes up about this
10-inch
big.
burbot.
So I was a little disappointed, but then right before, you couldn't make it up, you couldn't script it any better. Right before the end of the tournament, we were just ready to give up, I think, at that point.
Maybe you were. Speak for yourself. I had hope in that spot because I picked it.
Well, right before we were about to head in, all of a sudden the clicker just started going berserk, like it was a no-doubter, and we fought that fish, and it was one of the wildest fish catches I've ever been a part of, I think, because as we were fighting it, you grabbed the camera and jumped up and you're filming me. I'm talking to the camera, and we're not paying any attention to what's going on at the front of the boat and what's coming at us.
Oh, just a few icebergs. When I say a few, I mean like a whole
All
river
of them.
full.
Everyone in the river was coming right at us. I think you turned around and saw it first, and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, well, because when we picked the spot, we were right on the edge of the ice, and so I knew that was going to be coming, and we'd have to just work around it. I didn't plan for what would happen if we caught a fish right when it was coming. So
Minor details.
Well, it's my first time
later.
sturgeon fishing. That's exactly it. Figure it out later. Run away from your problems in life.
Yeah, so all of a sudden I'm fighting this fish, and it's putting up a pretty good fight. Like it's a decent sturgeon, and I got heavy gear on, and this thing is ripping the rod out of my arms. And Dan's up there furiously like trying to rip the anchor up and fending off icebergs, at the same time, like, get out of here. And I don't know, how did that go up there? Because I wasn't watching you. I was trying to film and fish one-handed, and I'm literally trying to steer this sturgeon through the icebergs that are floating around the boat and catching pretty much every single one of them.
Well, it started with a few choice words.
Yeah.
And then, so I pulled the anchor up, but what was happening is I was pulling the boat towards the anchor.
Oh, yeah.
Which was just pulling you into the icebergs worse.
Yeah.
So that was not going well. So then I took my little walleye net and was trying to like push the icebergs away, and these icebergs are about as big as all these tables in the bar. That didn't work very well, and so you just magically maneuvered the line through there somehow, and you're like, oh, I think I lost him. I still got him. No, I lost him. No, I still got him. No, I lost him. I don't know.
The line kept catching an iceberg, and then it would get caught up, and I could see I was twisted. I was turning I was turning these big sheets of ice and like spinning them with the line, and now I'm like, all I feel is the iceberg, so I can't tell if there's still a fish. Nothing's pulling on it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like all day long, just wanted one sturgeon on that rod, and it's like we're on the Titanic all of a sudden. So it would spin around, and then all of a sudden my line would pop. And if I still had the fish, I thought for sure that's where I was going to lose it. And that happened, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. And, it was like this emotional roller coaster. And pretty soon Dan's like, if he's still on there, we're clear of all the icebergs.
We were free.
And
the smoker craft survived better than the Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
And next thing I know, I felt a little tug on that rod, and the rest is history. I was going to try to share the video here, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So,
well, just watch it in our Fish Hunt Forever video coming up. Like, share, subscribe that channel.
We did film all of this for our new YouTube channel, the Fish Hunt Forever YouTube channel. So if you all here and all of you listening and watching, subscribe to that, and we'll be showing you all these dramatic fish catches from the Rainy River on an episode a video that we'll be uploading there.
New rule. I'm implementing a new rule. To win any more of our prizes here, you have to subscribe to the Fish Hunt Forever page on YouTube. So
love it. Show
Get
proof.
your phone out right now and subscribe Fish Hunt Forever on YouTube.
No excuses. Everybody's got YouTube on their phone phone, I guarantee it.
I see one phone out, two phones out. Everyone get your phone out. I got eyes. We can see.
All right. Should we take a quick break?
Probably.
And then go to Joe Henry and Greg Jones?
Yeah, I think they're patiently waiting.
All right. Sporting Journal Radio, SJR 500 from Riverbend Resort, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Kodiak, a North American waterfowl film, is coming to the Fish Hunt Forever YouTube channel.
I've been a sea duck hunter for about 30 seconds, and I've already got one that's probably going to go on the wall, so this is the coolest duck hunt I've ever been on.
Presented by Boss Shot Shells, with support from Sitka and Beretta. And additional support from Eau Claire Outdoors, High Prairie Animal Arts, and the Association of Great Lakes Outdoor Riders. Watch Kodiak on the Fish Hunt Forever YouTube channel. Northern Minnesota's Walleye Factory is a year-round world-class fishing destination. The perfect getaway this summer is just a short drive to Lake of the Woods. Fish Big Traverse Bay, the Rainy River, or visit the unique Northwest Angle. To catch big fish, you have to go where the big fish are. Plan your trip to Lake of the Woods at lakeofthewoodsmn.com. That's lakeofthewoodsmn.com.
All right, we're back. This is Sporting Journal. Thanks for tuning in on the network, by demand, sportingjournalradio.com, or by watching this on YouTube. Thank you very much. And thank you, all of you, for joining us at the SJR 500, the second annual. Recorded live before a studio audience at Riverbend Resort on the Rainy River. We had a 2-day fish donkey tournament up here. We want to thank all of our sponsors, of course, for being a part of this. And, of course, all the people that participated in the tournament. We had twice as many as we had last year. So that was my goal. So twice as many entrants. Thank you very much. And we had a payback this year, so we did a $40 entry fee. We paid 25% back to first place Walleye, 25% back to first place Sturgeon, 25% went to Keep It Clean. I want to talk about Keep It Clean right now with Joe Henry, ladies and gentlemen, from Lake of the Woods Tourism, along with Greg Jones over there. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Thanks for being a part of it once again. And Joe, we wanted to do, obviously we wanted to give some to the people participating, but we wanted to try to raise some money for Keep It Clean because we believe in that cause. Like, it's a good thing.
I'll tell you what, first off, kudos to you guys. Thank you very, very much for supporting that program. And, not only financially through some donations to this tournament, but also just promoting it and talking about it. Keep It Clean, and we started Keep It Clean about 10 years ago. And the way it started, kind of interesting. The Friends of Zipple Bay State Park, they do a beach cleanup on the beaches of Zipple Bay each year. And the 10 years ago or so, they did a cleanup, and it just so happens the wind was blowing in the right way. And they picked up 5 trailer loads full of garbage and trash. And they said, holy smokes, what would have happened if the wind was going a different direction? What would have happened? What about the stuff that sank? So we got to do something, right? And this is one small section of Lake of the Woods. So what we did is we got together a group of stakeholders, DNR Fisheries, DNR Enforcement, Lake of the Woods Tourism, Lake of the Woods Soil and Water Conservation District, county commissioners, Lake of the Woods County, Roseau County, and really a group of people from the area, and said, all right, we got to do something. So the purpose of Keep It Clean is to educate, promote, and enforce keeping garbage and human waste off of our ice. Well, fast forward 10 years later, this last year, we've had a number of areas outside of Lake of the Woods join us in our efforts. And Brett, we also have some legislation right now at the state capitol. And this Keep It Clean legislation, it's supported. It's got bipartisan support. The DNR supports it. Certainly, MinFish and that whole group supports it. But basically, what it is in a nutshell is this. I think there's probably 2 kinds of people on the ice as a rule. There's a very small percentage that if they litter, they don't care. They don't care about it. And there's a much larger group of people that are very, very conscientious. They want to do the right thing, but with wheelhouses now and being out on the water for on the ice, I should say, for 3 or 4 nights in a row, that you sit your garbage outside with good intentions, right? And you know what? Things happen. 50-mile-an-hour winds, snow events, stuff freezing into the ice, leaving when it's dark out, whatever. Good people leave a little bit of garbage behind. You multiply that by 2.5 million angling hours. So the new legislation would be simply this, that if you are on the ice, you would be no longer allowed to put garbage on the ice. You'd have to put it in your vehicle, keep it in your fish house, or have it in an enclosed container. And we think if that would go through, and I'm not a tree hugger, I'm an avid outdoors person, a hunter and angler, But I'll tell you what, I don't think that's too much to ask. I'll tell you, if we could ever get this
No, be an
legislation-
adult and clean up after yourself.
That's
like,
it, right?
There's no excuse for it. Like, littering drives me absolutely nuts, and there's no excuse whether you're driving your car down and you're throwing cigarette butts out the window, or you're throwing your fast food bags out, or if you're fishing in your boat, keep your stuff in your boat, or if you're out there ice fishing, just clean up after yourself.
Just by happenstance.
Make a plan.
Make a plan. Know what you're going to do, right? Just by happenstance, this would eliminate literally tons of garbage from different waterways, ice from waterways and Minnesota lakes and rivers. And, we're excited about it, and we think it's going to be a good deal.
Yeah, well, I'm excited about it too, and we did our part to keep it clean too, Joe. While we were out there, Dan and I were fishing, and Dan's like, "What is that up there?" And we could see something orange floating in the water, and we thought maybe somebody just dropped a marker buoy, little old school. No, it was a tip up floating. And so as we got up to it, it was pointed down like this, and it looked like it was digging. And, I didn't know if it had a fish on it or what was going on. Well, of course, it was just digging in the current, and the line was totally, it was spooled out completely, and it was snagged. There was a jig on there snagged
like
on something.
a 1 ounce jig and split shot.
Yes.
Explain that one too.
When 1 ounce just isn't enough, put a 32 ounce split shot.
No, but in that
there.
current, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, river tip-up fishing, there's an art to that. You
Yeah.
pin it to the bottom and let the bait come up. You do that out here. You actually put the bait on the bottom and leave it some slack, and they'll put an ounce and a half down and stick it to the bottom, and it's almost like a sturgeon rig.
The more you know.
Well, it didn't work out for this guy.
Yeah, well, it might have been working. They just couldn't get to it. The river was going away.
So it worked out for you guys, though, because we're going to give this away in our drawing tonight. So somebody's going home with a recycled Frabil tip up there. So
Picked up
Sounds
some.
like it's got some more split shots in it.
Yeah,
Open it up. Let's see if the value just went up.
Yeah, what's in there?
Drum roll, please.
And an egg whip.
Hey!
and $1 million in gold bars. All right, so we'll give that away here during the commercial break. We're doing prizes here at Riverbend. So come here next time. You could win very cool items like a tip-up we found in the river.
Slightly used.
Slightly used. Guys, what'd you think of the tournament? I was fishing. I know we watched you guys.
great.
We watched you guys hook up with a sturgeon today.
Good to see it grow. And fished 2 different areas. Went way up yesterday, and I had an all right day. I don't know. Joe and Sabe didn't, but they paid me back today. That's for sure. But
Well, here's the deal. Now, I'm not a real smart guy, but I'll tell you what. Yesterday, Greg wanted to win the boat tournament, so he wanted to catch a whole bunch of males and say, "Oh, look how many fish I caught today," and that's really, really good, Greg. A lot of good males. That's great. Okay. Well, today, Sabra and I, we were going after the big fish, and you know what? We had some in our boat. Sabra, she ended up catching a 28.75-inch walleye, and this thing was a freaking tank.
yeah, that was a big one. 10-pounder.
10-pounder for sure. It was big fish, and we got a lot of other nice walleyes. The water did dirty up, and it wasn't from the Big Fork and Little Fork breaking, just from runoff. But it did dirty up, so it was tougher fishing. But we still caught. I tell you what we did. We were using bright plastics.
Yep.
Trolling real slow into the current at about 0.3. Kind of a heavier jig, dropping it back at about 45, bouncing that bottom and just pulling it out slow.
Spinner on the bottom.
Spinner on the bottom of the
Made a
jig,
big
and we even
difference.
tipped our jig with a little bit of frozen emerald shiner to give that stink, right?
Cheating.
Well, hence, we put that emerald shiner on there. Greg whacks a 60-inch sturgeon, 59.75 to be exact, and I got a 61 on walleye gear. So the fish are popping out there, even though the water is dirty.
The sturgeon
and,
were really biting today. The sturgeon were on today. We seen fish being caught as we rolled by. The walleyes were a different story, and we played it different yesterday. We covered a lot of water. Today we got in that area, and Joe likes to move around, bounce around, and I seen either 5-6 fish or hook sets in the same area, and I know the area, and it's like we're just not going to. We spent probably 90% of our day in about 100 yards.
Oh, really?
And the area's produced big fish before, and the sturgeon just kind of happened to be there.
Well,
There was one guy got 4 big sturgeon within 25 yards of us. I mean,
We saw sturgeon get caught everywhere. Pretty much everywhere we went, we saw sturgeon get caught. But what was really funny is we were kind of bouncing around to different spots, and we knew you guys had caught a big walleye in your boat. We didn't know where you were, though, and we're sitting there, and Dan's up in the front, and he's on his phone, kind of going through reels.
Tailpiper.
Hey,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Wow.
He's on his phone up there.
Hey, Charlie, how you doing this morning, Charlie?
We ran by so Charlie Darmer and Greg Jones are going to be performing tonight, and we ran by Charlie Darmer, and we said and Scott Molfishing, and we said, Charlie, how you doing? Yeah. I said, Greg, where should we fish today? Oh, let's just go find Charlie.
Well, you guys found him and we found you because we were sitting there in the boat and Dan was on his phone and I was...
Way to make it sound like I tried today.
Well, you were fishing, but you were checking something. I thought you were working on the Walleye Capital Instagram page because I heard you working on a video with Joe Henry talking about being on the Rainy River and fishing all this. And all of a sudden he goes, hey, we're right by Joe Henry. I'm like... Oh, really? How do you know? He's like, I can hear him.
Go figure.
I thought he was listening to him on his phone.
Hey, we're out here with Greg Jones today, and the sturgeon, blah blah blah, filming your video. I'm like, hey, there you go.
You heard that across
Halfway down the river.
Well, you know what it was? We did. I'll tell you what we did. Greg was hooked up, and of course, on walleye gear, the one sturgeon took us 45 minutes. That's Greg with monofilament, and the other sturgeon took us 40 minutes. That was me with braid. But we caught those fish. Well, Greg was pulling that big sturgeon in, and man, 45 minute tussle. You know, we had plenty of time, but we did Facebook Live from the Rainy River, and that was pretty. We did it at the prime time when we're netting that fish, and well, I'll tell you what, man, those fish. You know, it doesn't sound like much 60-inch sturgeon. I couldn't lift that fish in the boat by myself.
Yeah, they were both and I don't know who it was who brought us a sturgeon.
That was us.
Very thankful because I was like, we were
Scott.
tying a rope in a circle, gonna tail hook it. I got a northern net at home that would probably work for this, but that first one. You asked about the net, and I said you might as well just put that away because it's not going to fit in that net. You know?
You're going to need a bigger boat.
But it was a big help, and that's a good thing about sturgeon. It's not that complicated, you know. Heavy rods, heavy line, kind of catfish type of gear, but that net.
That's a big one.
We
put 2 big sturgeon in the boat today without one of those nets.
Or a rope.
Or a rope.
Well, I'll tell you what now. Here's the deal with sturgeon. So obviously the walleye season goes through April 14th. Here's a kicker with sturgeon. The water can get dirty. The sturgeon will still eat. They feed by scent. They don't have to see. So if the forks break loose and the water gets dirty, blah blah blah, you can still catch sturgeon. And the sturgeon season goes through May 15th. Now there are some segments in there before May 15th that you can actually do the keep season. Mm-hmm. If you do the keep season, you can you have to get a $5 sturgeon tag. You purchase that ahead of time before you go fishing. And then if you catch a sturgeon that's 45 to 50 inches or over 75, that you can keep it. You tag it almost like a deer. You put that tag on it. You get 1 per calendar year, and then you have to report it within 48 hours to the DNR.
Sturgeon fishing's really coming on in the state and other places too. You know, it's a growing sport.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we just boat flipped those sturgeon today.
Just like Gussie up there, huh? Get in here, fish.
All right, Greg Jones, Joe Henry, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for being a part of the tournament again this year. We appreciate it.
Great tournament. Hope more people can join next year. It's sure a good time.
All right, we're going to announce the winners of the tournament when we come back. And Joe, if people want to learn more about Lake of the Woods, what should they do?
You know what? Hey, check out our website, and that is lakeofthewoodsmn.com.
Live Target, the leader in Match the Hatch, is back with new lures that also match the action. Introducing the Live Craw. The Live Craw is irresistible to bass, walleye, and other freshwater species. FTech's winner, the Ultimate Frog, looks and acts just like a swimming frog. With an exposed Ultra Point mustad hook and replaceable legs, the Ultimate Frog has 2 styles, 2 sizes, and 8 colors. And iCast and FTech's winner, the Live Shrimp, mimics a fleeing shrimp for saltwater anglers. Coming soon from Live Target. 852 million acres of public land, 147 million private properties, all in the palm of your hand. The #1 hunting GPS app just got better. With hundreds of custom map layers, 3D and topographic maps, you can easily scout on the road or at home before you go. And now you can get important weather details, CWD detection, and even know what crops have been planted where. Get the most trusted hunting GPS app ever made. OnX. Know where you stand with OnX.
All right, welcome back. This is Sporting Journal Radio. I'm Brett Amundsen, along with David Eckhart, Dan Amundsen, and a live studio audience, ladies and gentlemen, at the Riverbend Resort on the Rainy River. How's everybody doing today? All right, we had a 2-day fish donkey tournament called the SJR 500. We started it last year to celebrate our 500th episode. We're at, 552 now, I suppose?
Yep, not the 11th.
Not the 11th. Oh, yeah, we should mention that.
Yeah, we thought it was the 11th. I thought it was the
Dan's playing happy birthday music last week. Wasn't our birthday.
I don't know how to do math anymore.
It sounded right at the time.
Yeah, well, it's 552, even number in years.
You don't have to do math.
You were
once
only
you're out
off
of
by
school.
20 weeks.
Yeah, so we get to have 2 birthdays this year. Hey.
Perfect. All right, so it's our second SJR 500 up here at the Rainy River 2-day tournament, and now it is time to meet our winners of the tournament. That fish down here. Yes, we had 36 contestants this year, and we had a prize for largest by length, top 3 walleyes, top 3 sturgeon, and the largest any other. And we had some interesting any other fish.
This has been a weird year on the Rainy River for other fish.
Lake trout, muskie. We saw a smallmouth get caught. You caught a nice northern on the Rainy.
Sure, yeah, that was okay.
We caught a lot of little northerns,
and
way more than I thought we would.
And suckers. How many people caught suckers?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Everybody.
2,000.
Pretty much everybody. We didn't cook one. We did cook one last year. Corey Loeffler cooked one up here last year during this party. You can see that in the video on our YouTube channel. But a sucker is our largest any other fish, 27 inches.
That's huge. That's a huge sucker.
And let's bring our winner, Jonathan Narverud. Did I say that right, Jonathan? Yeah, have a seat right next to Joe Henry right over here.
Congratulations.
Joel will get you set up
Big
with a
round of
microphone
applause.
there. Yes.
Hey.
Jonathan, how you doing?
Fantastic.
All right, welcome to the show. Did you know you were going to be on a podcast today?
Did not, no.
We like to surprise people. Well, congratulations. Tell me about catching that sucker.
It was unbelievable. I don't know, came up and I thought it was a walleye, and had to get the net out. Usually you just pull them in the boat, but you had to get the net out for that one because it was just way too big to pull in. But yeah, it was pretty surreal.
Coolest fish of your life ever? Coolest fish of your life?
Absolutely not.
What is the coolest fish of your life?
I'd say the coolest fish of my life was probably a 69-inch sturgeon that was caught. That was tagged in 1997.
Wow.
And it wasn't caught for I don't know. I think I caught it in 2020 or something.
Holy smokes!
Wow. So it went a long time without being caught. So it was pretty cool.
But did that win you a prize? Did that win you a prize today?
It didn't. No.
So I think the sucker's a cooler fish.
And I'll tell you why it's a cooler fish, because that sucker just won you a Garmin. So
wow!
Congratulations and an elite membership to OnX, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
So David is going to hand you that Garmin unit right there.
Thank you so much. Wow.
And
beautiful.
An elite membership from OnX as well. Just
wow.
real quick,
thank you very much.
That sturgeon tagging info, did you catch it here on the Rainy?
Yes, I caught it. I think I caught it by the Rapid River.
And where was it? Was it tagged there too, or where was it?
Tagged in 4 Mile Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. It went 21 years without being caught or something like that.
That's nutty.
And yeah, it was tagged at 65 inches, and it grew 4 inches in 20 some years. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
You'd think it would grow a little bit more, but it must have been on its upper end probably.
Yeah, it was pretty scrawny and dark. It was a really ugly fish, but it was really cool.
That's amazing. When you think about all the sturgeon that got caught today, and all the anglers that are out here every spring, for that fish to go 20-some years like that without being caught, and only go from it could have traveled elsewhere, of course, but basically to go from 4 Mile to the Rapid River in 24 years or whatever it is, that's amazing that it didn't get caught before that. That's just kind of a testament of how many sturgeon are in here, Joe. That's pretty amazing. All right, Jonathan, round of applause for Jonathan one more time. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, let's bring on one more here. We'll bring, maybe let's go to sturgeon. Let's bring up, how about Chris Novak and Eric Solo? Let's bring both you guys up and both you guys squeeze in there if we can. Get real close to Joe. Since you guys technically tied with 64-inch sturgeon, but the tiebreaker is who caught it first. So that was Eric Solo will be our second place winner. Congratulations, Eric.
Thank you.
Tell me about your fish real quick.
So we were fishing that hole, caught a 55 earlier. I hooked into the 64, and at first I was like, oh, this guy ain't much. Came right on up. It wasn't too big of a fight, but then once we got it up to the boat, the guys grabbed the net and we saw it, and it was like, this is a big one. This is a big one.
That's awesome.
So it was an exciting fish.
And you were sturgeon fishing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Well, congratulations for second place.
Congratulations.
You get this Smith's Mr. Crappie kill bag. It's the middle one.
Or bait bag or beer cooler.
Yeah.
More importantly.
What all is on there?
Onyx hat, Smith's.
We're really prepared.
Let me see the Onyx real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so we got an Onyx Premium membership for you. We got a Smith's Mr. Crappie electric fillet knife for you. We got that cooler bag, kill bag, bait bag, whatever, and an Onyx sun hat.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you bet. And we're also going to throw something to the Sporting Journal radio store for you, too, so I'll be in touch with you about that. And then our third place winner, Chris Novak, another 64-inch fish. You got a cool story about it real quick?
Coolest story I got, I put about 27 worms on it. And set it out there for about 7 hours. I waited for 2 days, so I don't know how that works. But yeah, I had the worst luck in 2 days, but it only takes one fish. So
that's right.
It took about 20 minutes to get it in, and yeah, the rest is history, 16 minutes behind.
You should have got it in 4 minutes.
Well, we got a Smith's bag for you. Cast King reel.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah,
Cast King reel. And hat. Onyx, probably some stuff. Maybe live target hat.
Show it off to the camera.
There you go. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Now let's bring Nathan up here. Nathan is our first place sturgeon winner, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Nathan Vleck.
Yep.
All right. 65.5 inches. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, this was a personal best sturgeon for you.
That is correct.
And this one was tagged?
Yep.
Tell me about this tagged information.
So the fish was originally tagged in 4 Mile Bay in 2003.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it hadn't been caught until 2 days ago on the 9th.
Okay, so we have almost the exact same story. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So 20 years later.
20 years of not getting caught.
Unreal.
And then it gets caught twice within a mile in 2 days.
That's crazy. So how big was it when it was tagged? You said 2003?
It was 46 inches and 19 years old.
Okay, so 19 years old in 2003, and then 20 years later, so 39-year-old sturgeon now?
Yeah.
And it had gone from 40, how many inches? 49 inches?
46 to 65 and a half.
So almost 20 inches in...
Do the math.
20 years. There you go. Thank you. I was told there'd be no math. Way too many numbers there. It's been a long day, but that's cool. I love that tagging information. Yeah. I love to hear about that. So basically 4 miles, stayed in the Rainy Rivers, as far as you know, spent a lot of time right here.
I'm thinking it went on the Canadian side.
And just didn't get caught.
Yeah.
That could be. That probably explains it, because you can't fish them on the Canadian side, right? Yeah, interesting. Huh. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Well, congratulations. We have got Smith's electric knife. We got a Smith's bag. We got an Onyx and an Onyx Premium Elite membership, I believe, right? Elite?
Yep, Elite.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
65.5 inch sturgeon. Very nice. We got to take a quick break, but we'll come back and meet our big walleye winners from Riverbend Resort on the Rainy River, the second annual SJR 500. Thank you very much for coming out. We'll be right back.
Devil's Lake is legendary, and this summer has been legendary for walleyes. Don't miss out. Call Haybale Heights Campground and Resort today to book one of their modern cabins on East Bay. The cabins are furnished with a full bathroom, kitchen, and all the amenities like high-speed internet, and are clean following CDC guidelines. Staying at Haybale Heights gives you full access to a private boat launch, fish cleaning station, and beach area. Learn more at haybaleheights.com. That's haybaleheights.com. Plan your trip to legendary Devil's Lake today.
Did you know there are more than 1,000 lakes in Otter Tail County?
Yep, and I'm gonna fish as many as I can. I'm an outdoorsy otter. Nothing beats a full day of fishing for me. The lakes of Otter Tail County give me plenty of options to lower my boat and snag the perfect catch. Not an outdoorsy otter? No problem. Otter Tail County has something for everyone. You just need to find your inner otter.
To find your inner otter, go to OttertailLakesCountry.com. All right, we're back. This is Sporting Journal Radio. Thanks for tuning in on the network. By demand, sportingjournalradio.com, or maybe you're watching this on YouTube, or maybe you're at Riverbend Resort with us right now, like all of these. Thank you for coming out tonight. We should pan across the crowd at some point. Maybe we'll have
Get on it, David.
We'll have David pan across the crowd.
Which one?
Just so.
Take this one, or whatever's easier for you.
Just maybe Joe's.
I don't know.
Maybe that camera. Just pan across
Whatever you
real
feel
quick
like.
and then put it back on Joe. Let's see these beautiful people in the audience.
Smile to your moms back home. If David can ever figure it out. There we go. Live cam. David cam.
David cam.
Turn the dial one way or another.
Oh, it's too dark?
Yeah. There you go. That's still not very good, but we're professionals.
Yeah, there you go.
Looks like a haunted house. Y'all look beautiful.
Thank you, David. All right, we've been doing a 2-day fish donkey tournament here on the Rainy River. You can join it next year. We give away prizes for longest walleye, sturgeon, and any other fish. We've already met our any other and sturgeon winners. We're going to meet our walleye winners right now. They're going to come sit next to Joe Henry right over there. I don't think our top winner is here, so we'll start with our third place winner, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Rondo. Rondo. Did I say it right, Ryan?
Yep, you did.
Rondo?
Yep.
All right. Where are you from?
Aiken.
Aiken. Cool. Well, thanks for coming up and being part of the tournament.
Yeah, no problem.
How'd you find out about it?
Saw it on Facebook.
Ah, perfect.
Marketing.
Very nice. That's marketing, yeah. I'm curious about where on Facebook it's at, but maybe we won't get into that.
Yeah, let's have an off-air conversation about that one.
All right. Well, congratulations. So you caught 2 walleyes over 28 inches.
Yep.
Right away the first morning, right?
Yep, where I was leading first and second for half the day, and then someone chipped away at it, so.
Yeah, 28 inch and a 28 and a half inch. I need those GPS coordinates.
Yeah.
So we found that the walleye fishing got better as the day went on. Like, round of applause. Who wants to see us go till 5 p.m. next year with the tournament?
Yeah.
How about 6 p.m.?
How about 6 p.m.?
Never mind. Who came up with that idea?
5 p.m. So I think we'll do maybe 8 to 5 next year, 9 to 5. Did you guys like 9 o'clock last year better or 8 o'clock that we did this year better? 8 o'clock. Make some noise for 8 o'clock. Make some noise for 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Okay, so we'll probably do 8 to 5 next year.
Whose idea was 9 o'clock?
I can't see anybody. That's why I need you guys to make that noise. This light is like looking at the sun. All right, so Ryan, right away, Tuesday morning, all of a sudden it's like, hee-haw, and there's 2 big walleyes on the leaderboard. Were you walleye fishing, and what were you jigging for walleyes? Or?
Yep, we were jigging, and I actually caught a 29 before the tournament started. Right away, first cast at like 7 a.m., so.
In which dock were these tied up to?
Yeah, they were anchored on a buey.
How many weights were stuffed down them?
What's that?
How many weights were stuffed down them?
Right.
We need to cut
Weights in the fish.
Even though that doesn't matter?
Yeah, so it's all by length. All right, so you caught the 29. How many cuss words were you saying that the tournament hadn't started yet?
Oh, we were pretty rattled up. But we knew that they were biting right away, so we had hope. So we just waited for that clock to hit 8.
I got to ask a question.
Jig a little harder.
Did you think about maybe not even fishing before 8 o'clock and let those fish just rest?
Yeah, we should have turned the live well on, huh?
Just no. Not that kind of rest. Just, hey, we know the fish are here. Rather than disturb them, let's wait till 8 o'clock and then let's pitch our jigs.
Oh, no, not after a 4-hour drive. We were chomping at them.
Yeah.
So.
So you caught the 29. You thought you'd be able to get another big one then after that? Or
well, it's rainy, so you always have hope anyway. Yeah. But, no, you never really know. We were like, might have struck the right one right away too early, so.
So you get, which one was first, 28 or 28 and a half?
The 28 and a half.
So you catch that one, and you're like, oh, man, it's in the bag, right?
We're thinking so, or hoping so, but they always look better. It was about 8:40, so.
And how soon did you catch the next one then?
Yeah, they were quick. They were all pretty quick, so. started off the morning hot till about 11 until that water started to dirty up and she teetered off.
Oh, did you see the water get dirty?
Oh yeah, you could hear it pouring in from every direction.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Were you further upriver?
Yep, we're east of Frontier. So
Okay. Yep.
Interesting. East of Frontier.
You wanted to go there too.
I knew.
Sure.
I was just guessing. All right. Well, that's amazing, man. Congratulations. That's the best day of fishing I've heard from anybody that has been a part of this. So we've got, you can only win, well, you only have one in the top 3 anyway, but you can only win once. And we've got the second, what do we got for him? The third place you got, right? Third place. So you got a Smith's bag, got a Cast King reel, you got a live target hat, and an Onyx premium sticker. You got an Onyx sticker.
Perfect.
There you go. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Yep.
All right, you're up. Come on up here. Second place. All right, tell us what your name is there.
Sabra Librasser.
Sabra, you caught a 28 3/4 inch fish. Tell me about your first day of fishing. How did that go?
Ooh, the first day was terrible. We had a terrible day. Joe and I had a rough day the
I knew
first
that
day.
answer already. Yeah.
Jones caught a lot of fish. I was about 7, and that was a good day for him, but we wanted something more, huh, Joe?
Well, the thing is, like I said earlier, we're not going after the little males. We're trying to win the tournament. Greg can win the boat tournament. He gets nothing for that. We're trying to win the fish donkey tournament.
You didn't put $1 on the who caught the most fish or anything?
No. I mean, I'll tell you the other thing we told him, we were getting pretty close to that line. I said, Greg, if you happen to cast into Canada and you measure a fish, instead of the donkey sound, it's going to squeal like a pig. They're going to know it's in Canada. So they're going to know,
Scott.
Greg. So we got to get away from that line. But kidding, Greg had the mojo going on day one. He was pitching that jig and kind of pulling it back to the boat rather than trolling upstream like we're doing today, But he had a little bit of a swing going there, and he was pretty dialed yesterday, wasn't he?
He was, for sure.
So today, did you guys change things up then a little bit? Or just you tried a new part of the river? I know this because we were fishing next to you today.
Yeah, we chased cleaner water today. We were at Birchdale yesterday, landed at Vitus today. And it was a little farther than we expected and landed a spot. And
we thought, we'd heard about some nice fish being caught. We kind of wanted to come up too and just see if the water was any cleaner.
Who'd you hear that from, Joe?
Oh, I got,
Who knows where you hear these things?
Tailpiper.
But yeah, I sure the heck wasn't listening to you.
Really? Who was on the leaderboard and who wasn't?
I asked Danny a little bit of advice. All I hear is la 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 la.
After all that smack talk the last few weeks, that's what
and Danny had a 26.5 for his boat. I said, Sabra, we got to go out and make some music today because otherwise I'm not going to hear the rest of it from Danny. So we go out and Sabra popped a 28.75. And let me tell you this fish, when you see the picture, if you're watching the video, this fish is as wide as it is long. This is a monster walleye. This fish, easy 10 pounds. I mean, it's really a big shoulders, big gut, healthy fish.
And all of them out of that area were fat.
They were nice, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, we came this way. We're actually going to go to the ice pack. We stopped short at a kind of like Greg alluded to earlier, a spot that we kind of knew. Really, the water wasn't any cleaner. We were hoping to find cleaner water, but it wasn't. It was dirty the whole way because of all that runoff.
And there was a creek right there, too. You could see the silty water pouring in.
It's funny, David, because there was a creek, but shoot, there was 1,000 cricks. Because there was random streams running in off the woods because of all the watermelon. We saw water running in over the ice pack. And all that water coming in was dirty water, and it just, I didn't realize that the water could get dirty with just a real hot day and just not the forks breaking, but rather just runoff. Got the
winter broke.
Yeah.
It's now summer. There's no spring. It's just summer now.
But I'll tell you what, though. So we were fishing a spot, and there weren't a lot of fish being caught around us, but one here, one there, and we were hoping it would be a big fish spot, and Sabre did the rest.
Yeah, so were you dragging a jig? Were you pulling cranks? Because I know, Joe, we switched to pulling cranks last year. Did you guys do any of that? Or we
did that yesterday a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We weren't real productive, although we saw some people around us and caught a fish or two, so we had that in the back pocket. But Sabre kind of started us out, and tell them how you caught your fish.
Yeah, river jig today. Used frozen shiner. Made sure we had a blade. I think that blade was a ticket to
So a blade on the back of the jig, which really helped in that stained water, that dirty water. And then the other thing too is, what color were you using?
I had pink and white.
Yep. And that pink and white on the, on stained water anyway in the Rainy River and Lake of the Woods is really a good color anyway. And then, with that dirty water, that pink and white was really a neat color. So she had the pink and white jig going, and I think you're using like a Bee Fishing Moxie. And then you had that blade on the back of your jig, which kind of helped a little bit of noise. And then you put a frozen emerald shiner on there just to give it a little scent.
Yeah.
So you really had the whole thing going.
It worked. It worked.
And you hook into it. Did you know it was as big? It was going to be as big as it was?
I did. I thought it may be a sturgeon at first.
Really?
She just grabbed on, didn't strike really hard, but was just like a log. In fact, I wasn't sure she wasn't a snag at first. Second, I thought sturgeon, and then it's not long, it's something else, and we knew she was going to be big.
And she lifted that fish up, Brett, and I'll tell you what. So that fish was a little bit under the boat. I netted it, and a little bit under the boat, and I was ready. But I tell you, she pulls that head up. When you see one of those big walleyes, you see those big marble eyes coming from under the boat, and then the girth of them in that water. Well, I'll tell you what, we scooped that fish as fast as we could. We don't want to screw on that one. She had a hook good, and it was just really a monster fish.
And there's going to be a video of it? Or there is a video?
I don't know if we have video. We have certainly stills,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's stills,
All right.
and there's some video got loaded up for the app, so maybe some of that.
Video, yep.
All right, well, congratulations. David's got some prizes here for you. Premium membership from OnX, also an electric fillet knife. Mr. Crappie from Smith's Consumer Products. We got that fish bag as well. Congratulations. Thank you for being part of the tournament. Make some noise for Sabra. And our winner, who is not here right now, but Nick Feld, with a 29.5-inch walleye, our top walleye winner. Congratulations, Nick, and congratulations to everybody that won. Congratulations to all of you for coming out and being congratulations, or just thank you for coming. Yes. Congratulations for being a part of the podcast.
A little egotistical to say congratulations.
Yeah, whatever. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Thank you to Riverbend Resort once again here on the Rainy River. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe Henry, of course. Thank you, all of our sponsors, of course, Yamaha Right Waters, OnX, Smith's Consumer Products, Live Target. Who else? We got Cast King stuff this year. Garmin, of course. We got a Garmin to give away.
Koozies from Ridge Top Outdoors in Bemidji.
Right. Thank you very much. We're going to give away that Garmin to our in-studio audience, so you can win a bunch of cool prizes, even if you don't win in the fishing tournament. So join us next year. What do we say? April 9th and 10th? April 9th and 10th next year. Riverbend Resort, the 3rd annual SJR 500. Dan, David, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Scott, thank you very much as well. And everybody else for coming out. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Sporting Journal Radio is a division of Macaba LLC. If you've got a question, comment, or story idea for us, send us an email. Go to sportingjournalradio.com. While you're there, you can learn how to advertise on the show and visit our store for hats, hoodies, coffee mugs, and more. Go to sportingjournalradio.com.